You're as excited as a kid on Christmas morning, but Santa Claus didn't stop by. It's actually your RetroFoam install day. You are on a path to make your home more comfortable and energy efficient. Before the crews roll up with the foam, there's a few things that you could do to help prep to make sure that the job goes nice and smoothly. Consider this video your RetroFoam install checklist, Brainiac style. Now let's talk about prepping the inside of your home first. Anything that you have hanging on the walls, photos, mirrors, things on shelves, you're going to want to remove all of that because in the drilling process and in the injection portion, there is a lot of vibration that happens in the walls. Now it's probably a good idea to remove items off the walls in adjacent rooms as well because you would be surprised how far those vibrations can travel. Another good tip is to move anything that's fragile that's next to the wall away from it. Essentially anything in your home that's near your walls, push towards the center of the room so they don't come in contact with the wall. If you have pets in your home, whether it's dogs, cats, anything that can move and be startled, you're going to want to put them in another area away from the work so that they're not stressed out and it keeps everybody else safe. As far as that interior prep, the crew may ask you to turn off your HVAC system. This will vary job to job, but at times they may ask you to do that just so that dust particles don't circulate through your home. It's just to help keep your home clean and healthy. Now let's talk about the outside of your home. What can you prep out there to make sure that installation goes smoothly? Really, this is more about protecting your landscape. Now, if you have really nice bushes, a rose garden, and things like that around the exterior of your home, you're going to want to make sure that, one, if those things can be trimmed back from the exterior of the home, you'll want to do that. If not, you're going to want to make sure that those things are covered and protected so that they don't get hurt in the install process. You can have that conversation with your contractor to make sure that all of those plants and flowers that you've put so much blood, sweat, and tears into don't get damaged during the install process. Just like you had to move your indoor furniture in some places, you're going to have to move some outdoor furniture too. Now, if you have patio furniture, grill, even your kids' toys, anything that's against the house, you're going to want to move away so that the crew has room to work. For the crew to gain access to parts of your home, they may have to go through a fenced yard or gated area. Just make sure those gates and those fences are unlocked so that they can make their way inside. Speaking of the outdoors, if you do have dogs and the outside is their restroom, it's a good thing to go ahead and clean up those piles so that the crews don't have any instance where they might actually slip or anything like that. Just making sure that the yard is free of any kind of pet waste is also a great thing to do. Now for some bonus tips. These are little things, but they can actually make a pretty big difference. If anyone in your home suffers from allergies or asthma, let your contractor know because they may be able to adjust some of the install to accommodate for that, but that is a conversation you need to have. Also, if you have any existing pest issues, this is another thing that you will need to talk to your contractor about because in some cases that may need to be taken care of beforehand. Nothing's going to slow down and stop your RetroFoam install faster than finding out that you've got bats in your belfry and in your walls. Things like that will need to be taken care of before installation can happen, so make sure that you have those conversations beforehand. If you live in a smaller neighborhood where the houses are very, very close together, it's a good idea to let your neighbors know that you're going to be having this work done so that they know that there's going to be large work trucks parked on the street, in your driveway. It's going to be a tight fit, so it's really just a nice neighborly thing to do. Also, there is some noise involved, obviously, with the installation, so there will be drilling and maybe some pounding and then the sound of the truck running and the generator. It's a noisy job, but at the end, it's all worth it because your home is going to be so much more comfortable and energy efficient. Now, if you have any questions, it's important that you talk to your contractor before they come to do the installation so that they feel and you feel confident in the end result. Following this prep guide will give your RetroFoam dealer the easiest install ever. Now, if you have any more questions about foam insulation or about RetroFoam specifically, check out the Learning Center on our website. There you're going to find tons of articles and videos to answer all of your questions. I'm your building science brainiac reminding you to bring a little science to every project.